Absolutely magnificent people, and welcome back to another live stream of An Ecologist Plays. And as you would have seen from the thumbnail and from the description at the bottom, the message on the board there, well, this is going to be the last one for a while. So thank you very much for tuning in and for joining me in Dawn of Man, where we are reaching the end of our Ice Age civilization here, of our settlement. Now hopefully things go well. We just made it out of winter. A goat has died of starvation. We've made it out of winter, and now we have no straw left to feed our animals. So yeah, things just worked out there. So we have had the problem now that we actually have, if we look here, we've got 105 animals and only shelter for only 90 of them. And pigs are making up a large proportion of our livestock. So yeah, they may as well have been bunnies, because they've just been breeding like it's going out of fashion. Now that actually does make sense. Hogs do have this tendency to breed very, very rapidly, and if you are looking at feral pigs, for example, yeah, once they start establishing in an area, it's very difficult to eradicate them. They can have massive or large amounts of babies, 5, 6, 7 or more perhaps in some cases, quite big litters. And if they survive due to an abundance of food, well, then there are going to be a lot of them in that area. So makes sense, the pigs here have been breeding like crazy, and we have just been kind of trying to survive. And as you can see, our workload is like very high. Currently it's down to 197%, okay, 198, it was over 200, there we go, 203%. A pig has died of starvation. Yeah, well, sucks to be that little piggy, I'm afraid. Alright, so our pigs currently, I think our livestock, they should be feeding on everything in the area here. So we shouldn't be feeding them now, or shouldn't need to feed them now. But yeah, we have pigs. That's the one group I am not worrying about. I mean, look at that. That's a massive pig herd I've got there. Massive sounder of piggies, just kind of eating everything in sight. Alright, so let's see. Hello there. I see Johan Dark is here. Ozzy, you here. Welcome, welcome guys. Welcome to the chat and to the stream. Glad to have you here with us. So let's see, today our objective is we are going to carry on. We're going to get to the Bronze Age, which means we're going to have bronze smelting. We are going to get masonry perhaps as well. Maybe, just maybe. We are going to get the composite archery. We're going to go for that as well. I think anything else we possibly could get. I'm really leaning towards getting horse domestication and ploughing as well, because I think ploughing will help to actually increase the speed of planting here, because, oh my word, it's been a schlep. Like, that's why our workload is so high. We're currently in spring, and so many plants are being planted. So many crops are being planted now. Like here we have, what have we got here? Yeah, the emmer is being planted now. We've got, I think flax has been planted. No, flax is being planted, yeah. There's so many different things being planted. It's just been chaos. The poor people constantly working themselves to death. So I think we are going to go for ploughing as well. So let's actually grab Bronze Age. Let's do that. And then we'll get horse domestication and we'll get ploughing as well. And this, I think, will help. If we go to the next age, prioritize bows ASAP. Aha, as enemies will have better gear and maybe even shields and armor. So thanks for that. Thanks for that. Definitely. So let's see now. If we look here, are we making normal bows, or we have been making normal bows now? Oh, wait a minute. We're making... Where are we making the better bow? That's not the question. That will be at production. Weaponsmith. There's a miscellaneous tools there. That's armorer. Not what we are looking for. Is it the workshop? That's the metalsmith. Okay, so it's not at the metalsmith. I thought I had already built the workshop, but apparently I did not. So yeah, I may have had to build that first. I should have built that first. Make miscellaneous tools. I'm guessing... Did I have this? I would have sworn I had this already. Okay, I guess not. No, I don't think we've got the workshop yet. Okay, so we're going to make the workshop, I think, over here. Our town is really like, yeah, chaotic. That's what it is. So we need to put this as high priority, and then people can start working on that, trying to build the workshop. And I think that is where we're going to get the better bows. I'm hoping that is where we get the better bows. In the meantime, thankfully, the palisade over here is done. Yeah, it is almost done. There's like one little thing there that needs to be built. But the palisade on this side is completely done. We've got 3 gates on this side. This side, yeah, we're going for a little bit more of a free city. That's what we're going for here. Oh, we've got more stables. That's why I was building more stables. Okay. We have got a tower here, and that is it. We don't have any gates or palisades over here on this side. We've got some towers over here, and that's about it. We've got a gate over there just so that our villagers can gather here if the enemy does approach from this side. And we don't have really anything on this side. We are busy building a palisade here, and that's just, yeah, that is just not being built yet. So it's going to take a while. Our trader is here, or the trader is here. Let's see, you don't have technology for us, do you? You've got dry skin, flour, copper ore, more cattle. I've got enough cattle, I think, at the moment. I think we are fine in terms of that. What I'm going to buy is I'm going to buy leather. And I'm going to buy copper ore. You know, just so we don't have to spend too much, like, mining it. And then I should have piggies for sale. I should have lots of piggies. There we go. We've got a lot of adult males. Yeah, let's get rid of those. And you know what? We're going to buy bone sickles here because we can as well. We're going to buy dry skins here because we can. And no, not flour. Don't care about that. You know what? Bread. Let's buy 2 bread. No, 1 bread. That's good. Okay, so trader, very nice. We've got lots of male piggies to give you, and you give us lots of different goods there as well. All right, please, piggies, follow the trader. They're very keen to go off to market for a fun time over there at the market. Let's call it that. Okay. Oh, we have got tannins being harvested. That is very good. I just want to see. Okay, collect tannins. Okay, it's all exhausted, it seems. The tannins over there. Okay, that's good. As long as we've got some tannins, we've got 14 tannins. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. I see also, Johan, you mentioned either workshop or tier 2 of the weaponsmith. Blacksmith, I think it's called. Let's have a look here. So, I don't think we've got the blacksmith here. It may be under metallurgy. There's the metalsmith. Okay, we don't... Oh, there's the blacksmith. Okay, there's the blacksmith. Okay. Yeah, we haven't gotten to that yet. We need iron smelting. I was really hoping that we could actually get a technology from the trader there as well, but apparently no. Okay, you know what? I'm not sure where you're going, but come here. No. Okay, get the cart. There we go. Get the cart, and then you come and pick up. I thought, okay, maybe if I get him to run. No. There we go. Come and get the copper ore, please. I'm not sure where you were going, but get the copper ore here. It's very valuable. And oh, you put it on yourself. Why? Why did you do that? I really thought you would actually get it on the card, but apparently not. Okay, let's focus on other stuff, shall we? The objective today is to survive all the attacks we are probably going to get, and also to have a look at some of the animals we still have around, and basically talk about why on earth a lot of these little critters went extinct. I mean, there are the aurochs, or there's an aurochs over there, and we've got a lot of wild donkeys over here as well. Now, they technically are still around. The aurochs not so much. We still have cattle, but that's about it. But a lot of the megafauna of the large animals, they went extinct at the end of the Pleistocene as we headed into the so-called Holocene, which is the era we are currently in, the epoch we are currently in. Holocene meaning a constant era or constant age, or the age of constancy, I guess you could also call it. What have we got here? We've got normal bison. Okay, so not the ancient bison anymore, normal bison around now. Which bears have we got? Are these cave bears? Yeah, they're still cave bears. Okay, I'm surprised they are still hanging on. That's cool. That is very cool. Okay, so yeah, the cart or sledge AI is not good enough. Does not respond to micromanagement, only to automatic task assignments. Oh man, okay, yeah. That is my only gripe, I think, with the game here, is that I like sometimes to micromanage. I like to tell this person, go there, do this. And yeah, unfortunately, that does not work. But you know, it's fine. Overall, very, very fun game, and I have thoroughly enjoyed playing it. Oh, what we also want to do today is we want to build something. Particularly, not under funerary, but under spiritual, I want to build a stone circle. So this is a nice big thing we're going to build. Now the question is, where are we going to build that? Because, well, it does need quite a bit of space. Oh, look, there's this little spot over here. Amongst the trees, because, you know, why not? Why not have it amongst some trees? That seems to me like a very nice spiritual place to go and put a stone circle. Right there amongst the trees. So let's actually place that down, and whenever they want to or can build it, they can build it. We technically have 7 megaliths, so we've got enough to build this. It's now just a question of taking these megaliths or these rolling megaliths over to here. That is, yeah, but that's going to take a while, I think. Hopefully, it's all done by the end of this evening. So it's also, you say you saw a villager carry a log in hand, means you don't have enough sledges. Yeah, they have always been, like, even if there are sledges open, though, I do still see my villagers deciding, you know what, I think it's arm and leg and everything day to day. We are going to be carrying the logs by hand because we are strong individuals like that. I don't know. They're very, very interesting. And there's a guy walking around with the sledge, and he's just like, okay, cool. Oh, immediately takes it off again. They're going after the sheep. Why are you going after the sheep with a sledge? You know, sometimes the mind boggles. I assume it's the sheep that is going to get slaughtered. I think that is what's happening. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Ooh, okay. Well, someone had it on the sledge right over there. Okay, perfect. Let's see. One megalith takes around 1 hour to move to building spot if you're lucky and it is close. 6 will take a long time. Oh. Okay, so we won't have the megalith this evening. I'm building it nonetheless. It will eventually one day be completed. I didn't realize it takes that long to move it. Oh dear. Of course, we can put it on 8 times speed, which is, yeah, that will make it to 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes to move it, I guess. There we go. So move to the sheep with sledge to slaughter. As you see, a sledge takes lots of item from that slaughter in one go. Yeah, that I do like that. There we go. Logs and sticks being taken by the cart over there. That is wonderful. And where's the sledge? Somewhere. Oh, raider attack! Raider attack! Call the alarm. Call the alarm. So indeed, as mentioned, here they come with their shields in hand. So what have we got? We've got a swordsman. That looks like a bronze sword. We've got a bow over there. We've got another bow over there. We've got a copper axe. Or maybe it's copper, not bronze. Copper axe. Copper axe, I think there as well. Another bowman. Oh, wow. Big numbers coming here. And the thing is, we don't have a tower over here. They are coming from the one side that does not have a tower. So everybody, run. Come here, gather, and let's attack. Okay, we are ready. Where are you guys going? You're going, okay. Cool, just checking. Okay, there we go. Okay, so there are quite a few. We've got 10 of them. Ah, lovely. Okay, we're starting with a bit of action. Oh, what? Our mayor has been killed. Why? Oh, our mayor was trying to drag the megalith. That's what happened there. She was an old... Why is an old woman trying to take the megalith? Like, she must be hell of a strong to try and take that megalith. Okay, never mind. Let us get ready to take the fight to them. Ah, yes, yes, my pretties. Come and take them on. You know what? Sure, we could try to... Okay, you guys. You can now focus on one of the bowmen, thank you. Take out... I think that's a bow woman. Bow person, there we go. Yeah, take out that bow person over there. And what I've learned from D&D is you focus on one individual, take them down completely, and then move on to the next one. Attack it, kill it completely. Because if you just leave a wounded person, well, then they can still do damage to you. So spreading out the damage over multiple units, I'm not sure how it works in this game, whether it is better to focus fire on one, or whether that's just overkill. I guess it depends on how many people you are using to attack. But I like focus firing on one individual, knocking them down, and move on to the next one. So, yeah, we are... I think one is dead. A little bit difficult to see. Okay, but nonetheless, you guys... That one is throwing. Okay, cool. Vori has been killed. Okay, so quite a few people being killed here by the raiders, which does make sense. I mean, there are lots and lots of raiders here. Okay, so one is running away. How much health have you got? Oh, quite a few, actually. Quite a bit. Okay, and Cinnamon is obviously now calling for... Cinnamon is calling for food, our little cat. Okay, so let's see. We've got a bunch attacking here. We've got some attacking over there. Yeah, we need to get rid of those ones that are up here, firing down on us. Yeah, focus fire up there, please. Perfect. Okay, so a lot of them are running away. Some of my people in tow. You guys attack that one over there that's running away. Okay, I think that's everyone. I think that is, yeah, all the enemies accounted for. Yeah, we can come back. I think it's done. Yay, well done everybody. And what have we got? Wow, we've got bronze axes, we've got round shields, we've got lots and lots of stuff that can now be looted. Thank you for bringing all the loot to us, you people, you raiders. I must say that, I think that went alright. I think we lost 1 or 2 people. 2. I think we lost 2. That's fine. I am happy with that. So let's see. Johanny also mentioned that unless you've got a lot of archers in towers or platforms, it's nice to micromanage or to micro and focus fire. Yes, I do like focus firing. But as you went to the field, you exposed your non-armored villagers to melee units also. Some will die. Or still small or medium raid, but for later raids you will lose a lot of people. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to build defensive wooden platforms. And this is an amazing thing to have, because what you've got is you've got a wall, so you've got a palisade over here. So that's a nice little walled area. And then you've got a raised platform behind it. And your archers can stand over there. And, if you had slingers to, throw slings or rocks across at the enemy, you could have them kind of hiding behind the wall there, the palisade, peeking out and shooting, retreat down, shoot again, retreat down, and just carry on like that. So, yeah, we are going to build some more of these. I think one more over here, and then we'll see from there. I'll be honest, I am worried about this side over here. I mean, this palisade is not built at all yet. We are exposed over here. It's not great. Not great at all. Of course, the workload is high. We do know that already. That is okay. We will survive. We're going to make it through. Just give us time. Okay, let's see. Some more Orochs running around here. Yeah, indeed. Oh, the Orochs. And of course, disease affecting our chickpeas does make sense. Now, I've tried to, thus far, I tried to not chop down any trees. And try to play as ecologically oriented as possible. And I'm still going to do that. However, for the safety of our village, we've got a palisade running along here. I am going to chop down the trees right in front here. And this is just from a realism perspective. I don't want to chop down the chestnuts. Okay, we're going to chop down some trees. We're going to leave the chestnuts here. We're going to chop down some of the trees here because that will allow our villagers, in essence, to have a better view of this landscape. So you wouldn't want to really have a lot of trees right up next to your settlement, because it would be a great way for the enemy to actually approach you without you spotting them. So we are going to chop down a bunch of these trees. We're going to expose it a little bit, and in the process also kind of 2 birds with 1 stone. We're going to have this palisade being built as well. Now, 2 birds with 1 stone in Afrikaans, we don't say 2 birds with 1 stone. We actually say twee vliee met 1 klap. There we go, that's what we say. Twee vliee met 1 klap. Meaning 2 flies with 1 swat. That's what we say in Afrikaans. So, yeah. Alright, so we are just going to now, I guess, wait for everything just to happen. We are still in summer. There's a nice thunderstorm, a nice little summer thunderstorm happening. Just checking in terms of our animals. Okay, we are very close to the amount of space we have. So we've got 91 animals, and we've got 90 storage or place for 90. We just need 1 straw here, or 1 hay, and then we can, 1 straw, yeah, then we can build that one. We don't have any straw at the moment because I think some of our crops weren't built. A lot of our crops weren't planted. Like einkorn over here wasn't planted. I'm actually going to take these ones over here. We don't need the veg. I'm going to get rid of the veg there. We don't need that. That is fine. We've got a lot of other food we can get. Trader has arrived. Let's see. Have you got any technology for sale? No, but you have. You've got sword making. Ooh. Yes. Okay, so technology. Love getting technology for sale here. And tenor. You know what? We're going to buy that as well. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to buy that as well. Wow, 390 for that sword making. Okay, so let's see. What have we got to sell? We've got some male goats. Okay. We've got a few male pigs. We can also... maybe not both. There we go. Okay, so we've got that. We've got a lot of females. We can also sell some of those. Let's see... I think that... And then we do also have... We don't need leather outfits anymore. Oh, but that's also worth nothing. Like, we now are fully progressing to linen and wool. So I'm going to sell all of the leather outfits. We're no longer making leather outfits. We're no longer going to make them. So we're going to sell as much of this as we possibly can. We're also going to sell our old skin outfits. We don't need those either. Okay. Oh, I see. Shift click is actually multiple. Oh, well, that's fine. 354. Okay, so we can still... We have that. Anything else we can get? Cannons. Yeah, that's actually very good to get. And I think that's as close as we are going to get. Yeah, now it's as close as we're going to get. Perfect. Can sell enemy loot, weapons and shields. Oh yes, indeed we can. Or we can use that in our arsenal. So I was thinking about selling those, but then I'm like, yeah, maybe we can actually use those for our own army. So hopefully our villagers can upgrade with that. Now, I'm just going to check. Oh, F2. Not F2. F8, I think? No. Never mind. Technology up here. So we can almost get plowing. Oh, we have got plowing. Never mind. We have got plowing. Netting is there. Okay. Shield making. And then armor we can also try and get. That may actually be good to also get. Oh, no. There we go. Composite archery. That is actually... Oh! That's why we also weren't able to make that. Okay, we weren't able to make the bows because we hadn't gotten the technology yet. Well, sometimes your mind does not work. Sometimes your mind does not work. I was sure we had gotten that already. No, we didn't. Ah, my word. Okay, so let's see here. The workshop, I think I was building that here. Yes. Okay, it's high priority. We need 2 more logs and we need some straw still. Okay. The straw is, I think, what is holding us back at the moment, unfortunately. Just want to double check that we are no longer automatically making those old clothes. No, we are not. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Okay, as you want only bows and armor, armor does not drop from enemies, so you can sell shields not usable with bows. Oh, and swords. Okay, so we can actually, yeah, that's true. We can do that in next time there's a trader, we can do that. Here we go, there's the rolling megalith, slowly being pulled by one person, by Goruk, who is, of course, an old man. Now, if we have a look here, as it is being pulled straight through our flax field here. The idea being, now, we've got the megalith on logs, and there's a little there are cross beams over there, and the rock is resting on those cross beams there. The idea being that we would have had a whole bunch of logs, right? And then you would pull it forward. It's easier to drag it over a round log than to drag it just on solid, flat on the ground. So as you pull it forward, however, you know, this back one here would roll out from under it, and you had to bring the log back to the front and let it carry from the start again. And then as you pull it forward, these logs kind of move backwards along this sled. And whenever one reaches the end, you would just bring it back to the front. And you would constantly do this. Obviously, there's wear and tear on your logs. You'd have to replace it eventually. But that is a great way to pull a massive rock forward. And it's very likely that the big statues, the Maui on Easter Island, was actually dragged along using a method like this. And this just makes sense to drag it along like that. Alright, workload, yes, I know workload is very, very high. We also did get more people, which is wonderful. We now have 70 and we can have 76 people. That should alleviate some of our, there we go, some of our workload is indeed alleviated. Plus, it is now autumn, it is fall, so things are a little bit calmer here in this village of ours. There's harvesting involved here, not a lot of planting, so maybe now they'll get to building the palisade over here. Now we can also collect chestnuts here. I just want to say that so that they come and collect our chestnuts. Let's see, no chestnuts here. No, this one is still depleted. We're still waiting for it to be replenished. No chestnuts here. Oh, I guess it is just automatically harvested because this is a tree we did plant. So let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Food constantly decaying slowly but surely. Oh, our food actually has kind of plateaued. I'm slightly worried about that. Slightly worried about that. I'm not sure why that is. We do have a lot of food though, but we are losing quite a bit. That's decaying. We're getting quite a bit now. The grain is being harvested. So finally, we've got hay coming in. So that will allow this workshop to be built once we have logs. Okay. We're just waiting for the logs to roll in. Literally. Where is that? There we go. There's the stone megalith. The rolling... Oh, stone megalith. Obviously it's a megalith, a stone megalith. Megaliths automatically just means massive rock. Mega. Oh, wow. You're going to put it straight through the storage hut. Well done. Well done, guys. Take out a corner of our storage hut. Why don't you? Alright. Now, thankfully, we haven't had an attack recently. So, we've got time to at least build up our... What are you doing? You're loading logs. Okay. Oh, no, you're building. Oh, you're building the cart. Okay. We've got time to build up our armor. And our weapons, actually. Our armory. Still waiting for one log. And you know what? Once we can, we're also going to build another... you know what? We're going to go for a sledge because... Or sledges, actually. Because sledges do not require logs. That's why we're going for that. Oh no! Cave lions have gone extinct. Cave hyenas have gone extinct. Cave bears have gone extinct. Reindeers are extinct now. Wow. So many animals just went extinct. Went the way of the dodo. So, yeah, there we go. We officially now, I guess, in the Holocene. We are at the end of the Ice Age. We are in the era now where humans really started expanding quite a bit. It was at the end of the last glacial maximum. I don't say we're at the end of the Ice Age now because, well, technically we are still in a bit of an Ice Age. There's still ice at the poles, so we are still in an Ice Age. It's just that we are not in the glacial maximum. So with the glacial maximum, the glaciers expand quite a lot. And that is when a lot of Europe and Asia and North America is actually covered with glaciers and snow and frost, ice and stuff. So... Oh, there we go. The first workshop has been built. We'll have a look at the workshop in a moment. But we are now in an interglacial period. So the period between those glacial maximums. That's where we currently are in this time. This point in time. Okay. Ooh, stone carving again. Okay, so we've got stone carving. We're going to, oh, it's high commission. Why does it have to be high commission? Okay. Bronze swords. There we go. Round shields. We're going to sell that. Copper spears we're going to sell. Let's see, what else can we sell? I don't think we're going to have enough here to sell. I don't think so. No, I highly doubt we will have enough to actually... Unfortunately, we will not be able to buy stone carving, which is fine. It's a technology I don't think we really need at the moment. Hello there, Fire Duck. Welcome to the stream. See, you are also here. Welcome to the last stream for now. Let's see. Jan also mentioned, as long as you have some food decaying, you are good on food. I think as long as you have at least double food stocked as you have population and enough herdables and farms, you are okay with food. Okay, that is great. That is very good news because, well, we have got a lot of food. We've got about 4 times as much food as we have people. So, yeah, starvation is not imminent. It's going to be a while still before we starve, which is great news. Can't say the same about our animals, or for our animals, because, well, we have a shortage of straw, which I'm slightly worried about. You know what? This lentil field I'm going to take out. I'm going to actually plant. Let's go for what have we got here? We've got einkorn there. We've got emmer here, I think. No, we've got barley here. And emmer here. Yeah, emmer here. Okay, we don't have rye. The question is whether rye also gives us straw. It should. It is a cereal after all. So it should give us that. So let's just go rye over here. Yeah, it's fine. That's good. Okay. And we're going to put this high priority as well. I think all of this is high priority. It's just that it's not necessarily planted. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Right. So, as I was talking about, with all those animals going extinct there all of a sudden, that is likely due to a shifting climate. Now, if we look at why the megafauna went extinct, there are two broad theories. The one is the overexploitation theory, which basically just said that humans hunted the animals to extinction, and though there is some evidence that humans did hunt a lot of animals down to below where they normally would occur in number, it's not the main reason for a lot of those species. If you look at mammoths, for example, yeah, sure, on the mainland they did go extinct, but there are some populations on islands, like Wrangel Island and St. Paul's Island, as far as I recall, where they survived for longer than they did on the mainland. So on Wrangel Island, for example, oh no, there's no straw for the animals. We are in dire straits here. Okay. So with Wrangel Island, they survived up until about 4,000 years ago, I think. And then with St. Paul's Island, I think 6,500 years ago, I think they went extinct. Which is quite a long time still before humans actually arrived on those islands. So it's a case of they went extinct before humans could hunt them to extinction on those islands. Indicating that it's probably a case of the climate shifting to such an extent that the sea levels rising and falling and the vegetation changing, that they just couldn't survive on those islands. So, yeah, it's probable that the populations on the mainland also disappeared due to that shift in climate. But in some areas, it definitely was a case of there was human hunting, there was climate change, and it probably is a mixture of those two, along with just some very, very bad luck that actually resulted in their extinction. So, yeah. There we go. Ah, composite bows. We need just linen and sticks. Just linen and sticks. Yes. Okay, we are going to make 2 plows as well. Alrighty. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Okay. Hopefully now we will get some people working here to make some composite bows, and that will be a nice strong bow to grab. We also have our first platform. There we go. 3 platforms built already. That is marvelous. And what we're also going to do is we're going to build a platform over here. A wooden platform as well. Just so that we can rain down hell upon the enemy. Yes. And then when the time comes, we are going to build some here as well. Not sure, maybe the sped up time messes up with AI, making villages slower, and thus doing less tasking at the same time, but might lead to lower harvest, but I did not test that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it is just a case of they're overworked. They don't know what to do and what to leave, so I don't know. Maybe it is also a case of thingamajig's, of, yeah, the AI being messed with due to the sped up time. It could be, it could be. Alright, let's have a look here. Can set sledges. I saw that. I noticed that if you look at workshop here, we can set sledges and carts to auto create. Let's just have a look here in terms of manage limits. Ah, there we go. Yeah, we may as well. We may as well set at least sledges on auto create. I've got a suspicion we're going to lose a bunch of animals now due to starvation. Because there's no food. There is no food for them. I think they're going to die. I think a lot of animals are going to die. We no longer have the problem of there being not enough shelter for animals, but there is the problem of, yeah, they're going to die of starvation. This is quite sad. We may be witnessing the end of my civilization over here. We'll see. We'll have to have a look. We'll have to see. Or wait and see. Still, again, constantly giving me the notification that there's no straw, and they're struggling, and, you know, everything is bad, blah, 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 you know the usual. Alright, so let's have a look. Do we have any animals? We've got lots of aurochs over here. We can easily replace cattle. That we can very easily replace. We've got 1 male and 3 females here that we can, when spring rolls around, we can go and catch those. Need to eat at least once per winter to survive starvation. Cows might need 2 feedings a year. I think we're going to have a mass die-off of our animals now. We may be becoming a largely agricultural rather than pastoralist society over here. We'll find out soon enough. Just want to check. We've got flax there. That's obviously important for our. Something died. I think it was killed. Oh, survived the winter. We did survive the winter. Well, that is very good news. Very, very good news. Villagers feed animals with wheat when they have no straw. Oh, okay. We had 14 grain. We had 14 grain. Okay, so there was still food, but not a lot. Okay, this is, yeah, interesting. Let's see here, our stone circle. Ooh, we've got 2 of the stones already here. And of course, workload is high. It's 167%. People are unhappy about that. My people are usually unhappy. I'm used to that by now. I'm not a very benevolent leader. I am quite tyrannical, it seems. My poor people are sweating under my yoke. So yeah. Right, do we have... because we've got some grains over there. I think that's the majority of the grain we have. Oh, we do have einkorn here? Yeah, we've got einkorn there. And I think... flax here. This is lentil... what have we got here? More flax. And I think we had emmer over here. No, chickpeas over here. Interesting, okay. Alright. Yeah, so we'll just see whether we actually planted any wheats, any cereals. I don't think we planted any cereals. Did we? Busy planting einkorn. And there we go. Okay, barley is being planted. Okay, and emmer. Okay, finally. With spring rolling around, now we are planting those cereals. Which does make sense. I mean, you would plant these towards the start of summer, or in the summer rainfall areas at least. You would plant it towards springtime so they can grow nicely in summer. Again, as I've mentioned before, in South Africa we actually plant them in autumn because most of our grain growing areas would actually be in the winter rainfall area. So that's where we grow our grain, in South Africa at least. So we plant them in autumn, and over winter we've got all the wheat fields being green. And then in summer it's just a massive dust bowl. Okay, so yeah, maybe too few wheat farms. As were planned mainly for human population before you got animals. Yes. So, there we go. Some more humans joined us. I think what I need to do is maybe remove those emmer over there and plant it over here. Because then it's also a little bit closer to where everybody is moving. And I think that is also perhaps a good idea. I have built quite a few huts around here, just so that we now have more people also on this side of the island, of the river. So we don't just have everybody congregating on this side. No, we've got them on that side as well. At least 200 tiles of wheat plots, more likely even more. Yeah, I wonder how many I've got. I've got a few. But nowhere near 200. Our farms are still relatively small. Okay, still all the food, still constantly decaying. Yeah, I'm hoping that soon we'll get a little bit more food coming in. Currently, we are still 4 times, I think, the amount of population we still have in food, so that's still fine. It's still fine. Alright. Let's just see, how's this palisade? Oh, slowly. Okay. We're not really making progress here, are we? So what we are going to do now is we're going to take out some more trees, but where? I don't want to take out any trees along the slope here. Because, erosion. We don't want that happening. Even though there isn't erosion in the game, still don't want to do that because it feels like we are going to have erosion happening. So we're going to take out that beech tree over there. That birch tree over there, I think that little small one there. And I think to this side, amongst the orochs, we're going to take out that oak tree over there. We're going to take out that oak tree at the base there, this birch tree. We're in essence making a little bit of an opening here for the orochs to come and feed, to graze. And I think this oak, yeah, I'm going to chop down that oak as well, and just this birch as well. Just so we have a bit more of an open area around our palisade over here, so we can see nicely what's going on when the enemy is approaching, all those lovely things. Okay, also you say for that 200 plus farm plots, you had 150 population. That's similar numbers of animals as I have now. Wow, okay, so I have a lot more animals per person, per capita, than you had at that point in time. Very interesting. You see raspberries. Oh, the raspberries are still flowering. Not fruiting yet. We can't plant the berries at all. No, we can't. We can just harvest the berries wild. Interesting. Very interesting that we can't grow it in little plots and farms and stuff. We can only harvest it wild. Huh, love that. Alright, now. Oh, we've got plows. Oh, it's okay. We need logs for the plows to be built. Okay, so let's chop out some more trees to this side as well. There's oak trees. I don't really want to take out the oaks, but I'm going to take out some oaks. Birch trees, another oak. Wow, there are lots of oaks here, though. Okay, we're taking out a lot of those oaks, unfortunately. Now, in South Africa, if I say I'm going to take out an oak, it kind of means I'm going to kill someone, because an oak is like bloke. That's the it's a slang word, so a guy. And if you say you're going to take out an oak, yeah, no. All right, we are going to buy straw because we can, and we probably should. We're also going to, I think, buy tin ore because we're not mining tin at all, so we may as well get that. If we want to use or make bronze, we need tin as well. And in terms of what we can sell, obviously, we'll sell some of the shields that we have, that we got from our enemies. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And that gives us some tin and some straw. And it's not the last straw yet, at least. Alright, now. I don't think we have... No, we've got no composite bows yet. Why not? Yeah, come make me some composite bows, man. I want composite bows. We've got everything else we need. We've got sticks and we've got linen. What's that called? That is... Yeah, linen. We've got everything we need. We can make composite bows. Come on. Make that, please. High priority, please. There we go. Yes. I know the workload is too high. Sheesh. These people complaining about hard back-breaking work. Like, come on. You know what? I think what we do need... I don't think we've got... let's see here. F8. No, that's limits. Horse. Yeah, we have no horses. We do need horses, I think, for the plows. If I'm not mistaken. So let's have a look and see if we can find some horses. Some feral horses. None over there. We've got aurochs. Where are the horses? Come on, horses. Nope, none over there, none over here. I should find some horses. They're usually like, okay, maybe along here. What have we got here? There we go, wild horses. Perfect. So, let's lasso that one, lasso that one, lasso... Not that one, no, I want the baby. Fine, I'm not going to take that baby. Taking that one, and you know what? Stuff it, I'm going for gold. Let's go for 4. Okay. So that will help us get plow animals, I guess, as well. Plows need horses or cows, but only adults and maybe elders too. Okay, good to know. I don't think I can use... Okay, we need to make this in any case first before we can use it. Never mind, we don't have our plows made yet. We need logs. We still need logs. Okay, but we're going to have the horses coming along as well. I think at some point we're going to get the horses. I'm not sure whether anybody is actually going to go out to go get the horses there, but we'll see. Hopefully some of the children go to try and tame the horses there. Okay, this one doesn't have any animal, I guess, that can pull it. Come on, build me this plow. We've got 1 log currently in storage. So, yeah, there's a serious shortage in logs, of logs. Now, this does... Yeah, okay, no, jumping like off the wagon completely. I was just thinking that, you know, the workload here being this high does make sense as we are in spring. If you have a garden, then you'll know how difficult it can be to actually get to everything that you need to do in springtime, when it's typically planting season, especially if you are in an area that has snow in winter. Spring is the time when you've got to do everything, and oh my word, it can get overwhelming. So I can understand my poor people not being very happy with me about the fact that they now have to work so hard in springtime. And then when summer rolls around, it's still quite high. But it's going to be, I think, a little bit better than the workload is at the moment. Okay, I don't think they've planted the einkorn yet, though. That still needs to be planted, and they haven't planted that. So, plows, that's going to be very, very nice to actually have. But yes, indeed, wood needed. Wood needed, my lord. That's Stronghold, isn't that? Wood needed, my lord. Yes, that's not Age of Empires. That is Stronghold. Man, I haven't played Stronghold in ages. Stronghold 2, I think, is that one that I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's always a fun game to also play. But wow, haven't played that in a long time. Oh, before I forget, also, Nick does say hello to everyone as well. She sends her regards for the last time, for now at least. So yeah, and hot chocolate compliments of Nick. Alright, so this is actually going to be the first time in, I think, 2.5 years that I've been streaming that I am, yeah, ending the live streams, for now at least. But as mentioned, oh no, the cattle have contracted a disease. Oh no. Well, but as mentioned, I will eventually return. It's just that I definitely want to focus more on family now and just getting to everything that needs to be done. And unfortunately, the live streams, yeah, it doesn't look like it takes a lot of our time because it's just 2 hours a week. But getting to the point where we can actually do stuff during the live stream, it does take time, and it's difficult to find the time to actually like play games outside of making episodes, or just me and Nick chilling and just playing a bit of Grounded 2 and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see. I'm guessing, hopefully, I don't think by the end of the year, but I think at some point next year I will probably be back. And as Nick also mentioned to me as well earlier today, maybe I will do 1 live stream a month. Maybe I don't have it every week, but maybe once a month I have a live stream. And then we all get together and I'll play a bit of a game. And we'll see what that will be then. It probably won't then be a City Builders or a City Builder game. I'll have to see what I then play. But yeah, sadly this is kind of the end of an era. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Family comes first indeed, Firedark. Yes, priorities. Priorities, it's important to have one's priorities straight. And also not to... If you try to half-ass a bunch of stuff, you're just going to let it fall on the ground. You're just going to fail. But rather whole-ass one thing than half-ass 2 things. Yes. Let's see. Johanny also mentioned that Stronghold. Yes, Stronghold. The meme is from Stronghold 1. But it's in every one, I think. And I see Johanny also mentioned hi Nick. And also Firedark. Hi Nick. I hope you and the baby are doing well. They are doing very well. Wilson is... he's a real emperor. So we joke and say he's Emperor Wilson. He is... Oh, he's an adorable little guy. Absolutely awesome. So happy, is so loving. It's been an absolute delight having him in the house as well. And yeah, he can be demanding at times as well. But I think compared to some of the horror stories I have heard of other babies, oh, he's just perfect. And yeah, wouldn't exchange him for any other baby in the world. And I do think he is incredibly smart as well. So fingers crossed, it's going to be a little genius one day when he grows up. Firedark saying that Stronghold 1 sounds like you thought it was Silent Hill 1. No, it's a Stronghold 1. Incidentally, if you ever play Stronghold 2, guys, and you put your name in as William, then it's with the guy that greets you on the title screen would say, "Greetings, Lord William." Or if you change it to, I think, Vader. I think if you make it Vader, your name, your player name, it greets you and say, "Greetings, Lord Vader. Obi-Wan has taught you well, but you are not a Jedi yet." The little snippets I remember from playing Stronghold 2 back in the day. Just random things I remember like that. Alright, let's see. Unfortunately, our cattle, yeah, they are battling and they will probably die. Some of them at least will die. We're keeping them alive because, I don't know, maybe they remain alive. And I think if they die, unless it is in winter, which they will die in summer when they die. But I think when they die, we can still slaughter them and eat the meat. Even though it's not necessarily advisable to do so, you can do so. Some of the animals at least. Wow. Okay, so... our workload is finally under 150%, which is marvelous. And they're still not chopping trees. Go on, people, chop the trees. I have got the axes. So why are you guys not chopping trees? I don't know where the axe choppers are. Who's got the axe? Who's got the village axe? Nope, it's not you. Not you. Honestly, I don't know who the axe person is. Axe people are. Everybody's got a knife and everybody's got a sickle or a bow, but nobody's got the axe. That's probably why we don't have any choppy choppies happening. That guy's got a harpoon. These are children, they don't have any axes. That's another bow. If only there was still an axe lying on the ground here, we could actually get this Gorok over here, this Gorok dude, to come and pick that up, but I don't see an axe lying about. Yeah, no, it did. Okay. So, love Easter eggs like that, indeed, indeed. And then also, Johan, you mentioned Love Stronghold 2 Economic Campaign. I also enjoyed that one. It got complicated, especially if you didn't know what was coming your way. But if you knew what was coming, then you could at least prepare in the earlier missions for when the difficult times or the plot twists come. I see this time around I actually do have emmer growing, I've got barley growing, I've got more emmer growing over there, we've got rye over here. Thankfully this time around I do have quite a bit of wheat or grains growing, which is marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Okay, so we've got more knowledge to spend. We could spend it on masonry, but I don't think I want to. I'm actually not sure what I want to spend it on, whether it's on netting or whether it's on brewing. We'll see, we'll see. High priority is on the farms, only after that do they do the rest. That is very true. Kind of sucks though, because I would like the trees to be chopped so I can make a plow so that the farms become easier, but we can't do that until, you know, we have finished the farms. It's a vicious cycle, that's what that is. Alright, the feast was hard, especially if you try to get those resources only in that chapter. Oh yes, oh, there we go, 3 cattle died of disease, and indeed they are being butchered. There we go. Oh, it's a white young female didn't make it. Ah, shame. Shame, shame, shame. Okay, another one over here. Another old female also didn't make it. And then there was another one that died. But I'm not sure where that one is. Yeah, so 3 cattle died so far of the 7 that contracted a disease. I think there are probably still some sick ones. No, didn't see any sick cattle, so maybe they're all spent. Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be marvelous. But yeah, I remember that feast you had to do in Stronghold 2. Oh, someone died on the bridge. Somebody come and pick up Gornak over here. Gornak is dead. This is Gornak. He is dead. Bonus points if you guys know where that comes from. It doesn't normally refer to a person that has died. The correct quote would be something along the lines of, "This is a spruce tree. He is dead." So yeah, does anybody know where that comes from? It's not a game I've played on the channel, but I have played one of its successors on the channel relatively recently, actually. Let's see. Loved in the economic campaign. You kept the map and buildings across quest. It was so unique. Do not think that any other Stronghold game had something similar. Only Legends had similar missions. Legends I actually also played. I quite enjoyed Legends. I think it's got a lower score on Steam, but I quite enjoyed Legends. Like I just played one particular map, the Serpentine one, and I usually played as the Frost people because you could just freeze the enemies and you could have this nice little chunk of land that you are setting as your own, and then I would just wipe them out with my ice stuff. Fireduck saying all you can think of is Wicked Witch. Yeah, no, it's not Wicked Witch. It is something else. This is a spruce tree. He is dead. Unfortunately, that particular game that I'm referring to, I have not been able to get working on my computer. Well, I could get it working. It just runs on like 32 or 64 times speed. It refuses to be or work any slower. Maybe I've just done something wrong. But it is quite an old game. I'm saying here now, or was it 1996? I think it came out. or 1995, around there. So I was a kid when this came out, when that game came out. So it was quite a long time. I played a game on the channel from 1998 that was the successor of that one. Alright, let's see. We are in the middle of summer. Tis the time to do some harvests. Fa la 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 la. We've got flax almost ready to harvest. I think they harvested in autumn, if I'm not mistaken. So they'll flower, then they'll start drying out, and once they are completely dry, that's when you actually harvest the flax. What wasn't planted this time around? Chickpea. Oh no, the chickpeas have been harvested already. That's what happened there. Oh, and before I forget, our things looking here. Oh, we have 2 megaliths here. I don't know where the other megaliths are. They are probably a long way away. Long ways away. Yeah. Oh, I think... No, I thought I saw one here, but no, it's not. That's alright. It's alright. We don't have to complete that megalith, the stone circle today. I see also, Johan mentioning, yeah, Legends were a lot different from the rest of the Stronghold games, so it might not be as popular. Love Ice Witches and Vlad Dracul campaign. I did not survive as Dracul. I just could not. I simply could not. Seems that grain farms are not planted at all. So thankfully these ones were. Some. Einkorn over here not. But we have got quite a bit of cereal over here. So thankfully. Because on this side, I believe that's vetch that's not there, and peas that are not there. Luckily our einkorn actually was planted. So that is good. We still have some of our cereals that were planted. I'm hoping that we have better hay or straw for this coming winter. I think the plow is being built. Yes, the plow is indeed being built. Wonderful. And also, high priority to this one, please. Please come and build it. And we have our first 3 composite bows as well. And that is great. Okay, so just waiting for this plow to be done. And then hopefully that will help us with the whole thing of, planting all these plants. I think the plow would help. I'm wondering, did we ever get these horsies? I don't think we ever got the horsies. I don't think so. Let me just quickly check. That's not while we check there. That's at F2, I think. Yeah, horses. Oh, we have got 2 horses. Okay, so we do have horses. Well, that's marvelous. And we've got our first plow. And hopefully now, something is coming. Something is coming to pull the plow. What is it going to be? I think it's going to be one of the cattle. There we go, one of the cattle. Yay. Okay, for this one, I am going to say that only a horsey is allowed to pull it. Okay, so then we've got a horse and a cow on the plow. Wait. Yeah, there's the plow. Okay, I was like, where on earth did the plow go? But there it is. Perfect. But yeah, indeed it was the pea farms. That is what wasn't planted there. But in any case, you seem to too few grain farms. Okay, so still too few grain farms. Farms. Let's see, where can we plant more grains? I think we will have to plant over here. Like, we've got quite a lot of people on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have... No, not there. Not there. Emmer... Oh, not there either. Okay, never mind. No, not there. Let's drag it up from this side. That looks fine. Got some fields there. That is einkorn, yes. Okay, so we can plant some emmer. No, not like that. Emmer, that one there. There we go. That's better. And we'll say that as high priority, and we'll set this as high priority. Okay, now hopefully some people will come and plant that when the time comes. One plow locks up to 5 farm tiles in a row. Oh, wow. And it usually all does in one season. Sometimes it does 2 rows, but it is close. It is not very good, but it does not drain happiness. Oh, okay, so it doesn't actually like help a lot to plant. That is, yeah, that's kind of sad. Oh well, that's okay. It's okay. We'll see how it goes now. So I think we are now harvesting. Yeah, indeed, we are harvesting the grains. They're ready to harvest. The seeds in this at this point in time would... obviously, they still remain on the actual stem because these are cultivated grains, whereas the wild ones would just fall off at this point in time. But as I've mentioned like 2 or 3 streams ago, the grains here that they started cultivating, the einkorn and the emmer that they started cultivating, they selected for ones that actually kept the seeds on the plant that didn't fall off. So it was easier to harvest the whole bunch together, and then you could thresh it and you could try to get rid of or try to get the kernels out. But a little bit more effort later on, but you harvest a lot more of your actual crop. So that is quite cool. Okay. And I see you also say it's nice if you have 5 by 5 farms close together and lots of plows, but they decay and it might lead to some farm tiles left incomplete. Although, to be honest, as it stands at the moment, a lot of our farm plots are also left unplowed. Let's see, what have you got? You've got tin ore, you've got beer. Yeah, I don't know, not a lot here for us. There's a horse, but that is basically it that we can potentially grab. Tin ore, you know what, yeah, let's go for tin ore. And now that we are making better bows, let's sell some bows here. And you know what, I'm just going to sell a cured meat. I think we've got enough of that. Yeah. Okay, our food seems to be stabilizing at a lower level. Problem is, we are heading into winter, so that is going to be a more difficult, more challenging time. Workload under 150%, so that is perfectly fine. Okay, that is perfectly fine. And you know what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to have another einkorn field over here. Okay, so let's see, einkorn from here. There we go. Finally, I think this is my first proper 5 by 5 plot. And you know, there's another 4 by 5 plot over there. Oh, and just make these ones also high priority. As much of it as we can. Okay, food is still decaying. We still have quite a lot of food. It seems that is fine. We don't have to stress too much. I do just quickly want to check. Yeah, we've got 74 animals that need shelter and 110 space. Okay, we've been making charcoal apparently. Oh, that's where also some of our logs have also gone to. Is charcoal pit. Yeah, you know what? We're just going to set that off. We don't need to make that automatically. That is fine. We don't need to do that. Because that's just been burning through our logs. No wonder we haven't had logs. Come on. Not nice. Okay. Let's see. We have... Ooh, almost completed the palisade here. We're just going to... about some of the trees closest to our palisade. Will give us wood. And will also allow us to then... build some wooden platforms. Although it seems we can only really make them... There we go. That's a good spot over there. And I think we can kind of have one over there. I think. There we go. Okay, cool. That just needs 4 logs in total. We actually have enough. We've got 10 logs at the moment. That is marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Hello there, Chanel. Welcome, welcome to the stream. And Damien, welcome, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you guys here with us. Here on our final stream for quite a while. Glad to have you with us. Let's see, our plow has been built. Yes, indeed. Okay. You know what? Stuff it. We are going to have one of the cows, one of the cattle also coming to pull it. And then, of course, we also have a sledge being made. There we go. Here comes a bull. Surprisingly low. We've got 1 donkey and 2 horse. 1 donkey. Alrighty. So, just to get back to what I was referring to with the game, where this is a black spruce. He is dead. It comes from Sim Park. which was the predecessor of Sim Safari, so that I have played recently on the channel as well. So in Sim Park, there's this little froggy that is your assistant to the park, and he loves talking. He loves the sound of his own voice, very much like me, you know. And he loves talking, and then along with that, he just constantly, like, if you could use your binoculars to look at the tree, and it would tell you the species and whether it's like happy or doing well or not. And then if you click on a dead tree, it goes, "This is a white oak. He is dead." Always with that specific inflection there, with a "he is dead." That was always. I may have clicked on dead trees just because it was funny to me, and as an 8-year-old, that was incredibly funny. All right, so our food is still decaying. Again, thanks Jan for also mentioning that just means we have more than enough food. So I'm not worried about the food deteriorating. That is perfectly fine. Let's see here. Oh, I think we've got enough donkeys or horses to actually pull this cart, which is fine. Which is fine. All right, so that platform there has been built. That's great news. And how are things looking on this side? The palisade is, oh, it's coming along. Coming along, it's coming along, it's coming along, yay. And I'm going to just increase the priority of these platforms as well, because when, not if, but when the next raid comes, I want to be ready. Now the thing is, if they decide to come along over here, we are still screwed. Nonetheless, we'll have our towers over here. Apparently one of them being repaired by a guy carrying a log up a mountainside, because, yeah, these people were different people. They were like, yeah, mountain, meh. Mountain, it's fine. We can do this. Alright, everybody is just... there we go. Trader has arrived. Everybody just doing their thing. Still no technology for us to buy. We can buy bows. We've got enough bows. We can buy charcoal. You know what? Charcoal is actually a good one to build, or to buy, because it means we don't have to actually spend any resources making charcoal. Again, tin ore I'm going to buy. If ever copper ore also pops up, we're going to buy that as well. In essence, we are stuffing up a different area. We're not stuffing up our area. Let's see. Okay, we are currently... wool outfits are being used. That's why our wool outfits are so low. Oh, we can sell the bronze swords. We don't need that. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. And then we will sell... cured meat. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. More than enough. And that means we've got a lot of charcoal and some tin ore now. Marvelous. Wow, our workload is... it's high, but it's not extraordinarily high. That is actually very good news. Oh, I hear Emperor Wilson crying in the background. Oh, shame. He's upset about something. Probably either tired or hungry. Could he be hungry? No, I don't think he's hungry. I think he's just tired. So yeah, he'll be sleeping soon. Alright, let's pick up the speed. We want to get to the end of winter so that we can actually see how the plows work. There we go. We can actually see how the plow works there. Wonderful. Let us have a look. And not with a bit of it, trying to see the plow in action. So there we go. Pulling it behind the oxen, or the cow in this case, the cattle. And then it just kind of plows up the ground. Oh, we still don't have any straw. Really? Just plows off the ground, and then you can plant the seeds behind it. How do we not have straw? I thought we had enough. Okay, we clearly did not have enough. There's some straw in the stables. Oh, there's grains in the... oh, we've used grain already. What on earth happened to the straw? I really thought I saw a lot of straw lying around here. But no, I may have witnessed the last straw. Okay. Well, winter is almost at the close, so that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so villagers prioritize the food closest to decaying. So if nobody picks food close to decaying, it means that nobody is hungry at the moment, and you have excess food as long as you replenish it. You are good. Okay, that is good. Good to know. Very, very good to know. Oh, these people are very unhappy. They're going to go plant the peas. Today is an episode of War and Peas. Because why not? There goes a piggy. A piggy has just been slaughtered. Okay. animals just eat too much. Yeah, especially with all the cattle. Yeah, I guess they do eat a lot. That is true. And the horses also. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, getting more horses. But anyway, let's have a look here. I think I need more burial mounds. Because if somebody dies now, yeah, we won't have a place to bury them. Let's have a look here. Funerary. A dolmen. Now, technically we could have tried building the dolmen. But it needs 3 megaliths. And yeah, there's no way we're going to do that. So let's go for a normal burial mound. I say a normal burial mound. We're going for 3. High priority. We only have 2 stones. So what we're going to do is we're going to mine this and mine that. Please. Please, someone come and mine that for me. So that I can actually build burial mounds for my dead people. Because I'm sure someone will die very soon. It happens constantly. Lots of death here. Okay, let's see. Survive the winter again. Yes, we don't have any straw, but they know what, that is fine. Barley is being planted again, which means our other grains will also hopefully soon be planted. There are some peas there, there are emmers there. Yeah, I think my people, oh, there we go, 189%, 192% workload, extremely high. Shame. Very, very high. These poor people. They saw the days were getting longer and they go, oh no, here we go again. Technically, the first day of spring would only be at the spring equinox. So, yeah. My people now would have seen the days being longer than the nights, and then it is springtime. So, where are we now? In August. So, it means that technically, even when we get to, in the southern hemisphere, when we get to the 1st of September, people usually say, oh, it's the first day of spring. Well, no, it isn't. The first day of spring is only the 21st of September, and I like to then celebrate Spring Day. And if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, of course, that's the first day of fall or the first day of autumn. And then the first day of spring for you guys would be in March, 21st of March, I think, round about there. 21st of March, 22nd of March, around there. That'll be the first day of spring for you guys, and for us, the first day of autumn. It also needs stronger for building upkeep. Might want to upgrade huts to lower straw consumption a bit. Oh, I don't think I can upgrade it yet. No, I need roundhouse masonry. Alright, it's been selected. It's been chosen. We are going to upgrade. So this, okay, we're going to go for that. It's going to take a while. No, we're not going to do that because we have just enough capacity. Okay. So what we are going to do is we're going to build a new one. That's what we're going to do. We're going to build a roundhouse. There we go. A circular stone building. Let's see, where will we build you? Somewhere over here, I think. Methinks we shall build you over there. And we reached 75 population, finally. That is marvelous. So some more technology points here, knowledge points. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Top tier stockpiles and maybe granaries need stone for upkeep, so that is good in Iron Age when you can buy stone. Oh, okay, so we can't really buy stone yet. That is very interesting. Ah, okay, but I don't think we'll get to the Iron Age today, though. We're already an hour and 15 minutes in, and we've got 45 minutes left, and then it is the end of the stream. So let's see how far we get in that 45 minutes here. Alrighty. Cool. So, for those of you that may have missed it on Discord, I also shared the photo, I believe I did. Oh, there we go, Raider attack. Okay, we'll talk about the beetle I found in a moment. I'm just going to call everyone to arms. And hopefully now we will get our archers actually coming to stand on this platform over here and go into the towers over here. Luckily, these raiders appear to be coming down the mountain over here, right in the area where we actually have got towers. Ah, marvelous. Our archers are getting onto the platform here. From here they shall rain hell down upon the enemy. Cry havoc, and let slip the arrows of war. As mentioned, it's an episode of War and Peas. We saw the peas, now it's time for war. Oh. How's it looking here? We've got how many? 1, 2, 3. Oh, this looks like a composite bow that one's got. That's cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 it seems. 8, 10, indeed. 10 enemies. And suddenly they come charging forth. You know what? Stuff it. I like charging in. I do like charging in. So you guys go there, you guys go there, and you guys, meh. I know I'm exposing them to fire, but cause chaos. Cry havoc. Cry havoc, and let's slip the sons or the dogs of war. I am the dogs of war. I don't think any of my people have died. No, this one is poor condition. Run back, run back. And everybody else just, die. There we go, perfect. Everybody on this side, stop chasing that one and shoot this one. I think it's dead. Oh, that one's dead, okay. Perfect. Okay, we killed 40 raiders already. That is marvelous. Okay, I think that one is going to escape, so yeah. We are done. Now, of course, there are lots and lots of weapons to pick up, which is marvelous. So there's another bronze axe. Where's the bow? I want the bow. I don't see the bow lying on the ground. Surely the bow is somewhere. Oh, the tower was destroyed. Oh, man. Ah, poo. The tower was destroyed. Is it the bowman that's running away? I think it's the bowman that's running away. No? No, it isn't. It's just, he dropped everything and he's just running. It's like, no! Okay. Cool. That went well. Far better than expected. And carnage. Absolute carnage. Wonderful. Alright, here, let me just quickly check that I'm not missing messages here. Yeah, I think that is everything. Cool beans. So I am right on target there. Workload is too high. Oh yes, then, back to what I saw. There we go. I remember now what I was busy talking about. So, yesterday, I was busy in the garden, pulling out weeds in the veggie garden. And I saw a little beetle. Well, little, not that size. Like, scurrying around on the ground, and it was this metallic green color, or the back was metallic green, and the head was like blackish in color, and a little bit of a reddish yellowish legs to it. And I thought, that looks interesting. I don't recall ever seeing that beetle before in my life. And I took out my phone, and I thankfully managed to get a photograph of it. It didn't want to sit still at all. I had it in my hand, tried to get a photo before my camera or my phone could focus. It was gone again. Or dropped on the ground and ran around everywhere. So let's just quickly have a look, and I'll get back to the beetle in a moment. But yeah, some of them, there we go. That one here has armor indeed. I see. Yes, and as you mentioned earlier, Jan, it does resemble Celtic armor as well. So it does look very much like the Celts. Yeah, I see Celtic. This looks very much like Celtish warriors. Yeah, very much like that. But at least very similar to some of the more Celtic tribes in Rome Total War and in the other Total War series. So, yeah. And indeed, you say the bow probably broke, and the weapons have quite low durability on spawn. Which I guess is kind of good, because it means that they attack and then they either succeed in wiping you or causing chaos, or they run away. Either one of those two. So, yeah, makes sense. This one here, okay, yeah, this wasn't attacked by the enemy, it's just these ones that were attacked. So, back to the beetle. So, I got a photograph of it, and in the back of my head I thought, sheesh, I've never seen one, but this looks like the Epomus beetle. Epomus is a genus of beetles that specialize in taking down frogs. And I had wanted to see one for more than a decade. Have never. They are quite rare, or very rare here where I am. There are a few records of the local botanical gardens, and that's it. And yeah, so I'm like, okay, Don't know whether it is, and then I looked up on iNaturalist and I was like shocked to find out that yes, it is indeed one of the Epomus beetles, one of those frog eater beetles, which is absolutely amazing. Now, we have got quite a lot of frogs in our garden, so it makes sense that we are also going to find one of the predators in our garden. They don't only eat frogs, the adults will also eat other insects as well, or will eat insects as well, but they do go for frogs as well. And as mentioned in the Discord there, what they will do is they jump onto the thigh of the frog, and they bite at the muscles in the leg, and then they paralyze it. They nip through the muscles, and then the frog can't jump. And they basically become a sitting duck, or a sitting frog in this case. And then they eat it. And that is quite amazing. But what is even more amazing is the larvae. The larvae also actually specialize in eating frogs. And they look like a little grub, and the frog goes, ooh, food. And then it's as if they play the Uno reverse card, and they then sidestep the attack of the frog, and then they grab onto the throat of the frog, and they just start eating. They don't let go. They just munch through and eventually kill the frog. Sometimes, however, the frog is too quick for them, and it actually does manage to grab the larva of that beetle, and it swallows it. And then after about an hour or two, they have just irritated the inside of the frog so much that they vomit out the beetle, and then the beetle grabs the throat, the larva grabs the throat, and then it kills the frog in the process. So either the larva kills the frog by sidestepping and grabbing onto the throat and killing, or by being ingested by the frog, coming back out again, and then eating the frog. So the frog doesn't stand a chance in essence. The moment they decide, I want to eat that, it's already too late. It's already dead. It just doesn't know it yet. So yeah, the Epomus beetles, very, very interesting. It is indeed nightmare fuel. I am going to have to look in the garden to see if I find any larvae, because they will be out towards summertime. I honestly didn't expect the Epomus beetle now either. But there it was, like in winter, just kind of running around as I pulled out the weeds. They're mostly nocturnal because, I mean, that's when frogs are also most active, so they're most likely to encounter one that is going about their business. So I should have a look in the garden at night as well, go scurry about there looking for that. And hopefully then actually get to see one or some of the larvae as well. But, oh, absolutely stunning beetle. Would love to see it again. And I'm sure I will encounter again. Because previously, I, for example, saw the beetles, the Devil's Coach Horse beetles are one of them. Now I can't remember the name of those beetles. I talked about it yesterday to someone. No, for the life of me I can't remember. It's in Empires of the Undergrowth. It's Devil's Coach Horse beetle. It's one of them. It's not the roach beetle. Rove beetle. Rove beetle? I think rove beetles. Yeah. I mean, rove beetle I saw 3 years ago in the garden once. And never again. And then it turns out I have hundreds of them in the compost heap. I just didn't check there. So I'm pretty sure that I will find some more of those frog eater beetles in my backyard as well. It just, maybe in future, maybe in a month's time, maybe next year, maybe 3 years from now. At some point, I'm sure I'll see some and I'll photograph some more and I'll put that up on the Discord channel as well. And for those of you that want to join the Discord and that aren't there yet, the link to that is in the description of the channel as well. And I think it may be in the description of this live stream. I'm not 100% sure, but I have it also at the end of each of the episodes in the description there. You're welcome to join the Discord channel. I try to be as active as I can, but you know, sometimes I forget to go onto Discord a bit. But yeah, welcome to come and chat ecology and games and all kinds of fun stuff over there as well. Alright, so let's see now. What shall we do? What shall we do with the drunken? I don't know why, but I wanted to click on the screen to click on knowledge there. I need coffee. I've just got hot chocolate. Alrighty. Mind isn't working. You know what? Let's go for brewing, because why not? I want to at least have the brewery going. Let's see. For the brewery, we need logs, which we do have. We've got 4 logs. Now, where to have that? Close to where we're storing the barley. Barley is over here, I believe. So maybe we can make the brewery over there. We'll make this high priority. Yeah, we will do that. Okay, cool beans. Now, where are we? We are now in summer. Okay, the flax is growing, the einkorn not. We still have no straw. No straw whatsoever. We don't even have grain. No. Chickpeas are ready to be harvested. Flax is growing. Some peas were planted and some einkorn were planted. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. We are going to have great difficulty here. We've got some barley and those are the only grains that were planted. And some emmer. Okay. But most of it was not planted. Oh dearie me. Yeah, we're going to run out of food. Well, we aren't. Our animals are going to run out of food. So I suspect our animals are going to start dropping like flies. Which does suck. But, oh well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Shame. Oh, we've got some einkorn here. Okay, so we've got some, but nowhere near enough. And yeah, like no thatch whatsoever. No hay. That is very, very bad news. Oh, there's some emmer here. Okay, so there's some grains, but very little. Very, very little here. Okay. Anyway, let's speed up the process here a bit. See how it goes. And let me just double check that I haven't missed messages. Trader has also arrived. Please give me some hay or thatch or straw, whatever you want to call it. Nope, you've got beer for me. And you've got logs. You know what? I'm going to buy logs from you. Because, you know, that saves me chopping it down. As always, we're going to buy... Not goods. We're going to buy tin ore here. What can we get rid of? What can we sell? Not a lot there. We can sell 2 round shields. And you know what? We are going to sell the copper spear here. The bronze sword. And that is perfectly fine. And then we are just going to, again, 1 cured meat. There we go. Bye-bye. And thanks for all the logs. So long, and thanks for all the logs. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, Johan, you're mentioning that I think the problems are 1, low population for the amount of farms, and 2, distance to farms. Yeah, very well could be. If I weren't playing in an ecological manner, I think it would have been much easier because I could have everything clustered together. I would take out all these trees over here and just have like farms in a section, and that would be fine. But now, because I'm trying to keep as many trees as possible, it is kind of screwing me over. But you know what? That is how it is. Haha. Hello there, Hans. Welcome to the stream. Glad you made it. Let's see. You say better buy some beer for the villagers when they start to cry over dead livestock. Yes. Indeed. So there are, thankfully, there's some beer now. Not a lot. I think I've got, what, 7 beer now? I can't recall how many I bought. Let's see. How much did I buy? That's bread I bought. Oh no, I bought logs. I didn't buy beer. Ah, I should have bought beer. Oh well. I will again. Later on, I will. So, yeah. Yeah, Hans, I'm not sure whether you saw it there or whether you heard as well. But yeah, last live stream for a bit. Going to be taking some family time, and evenings would be nice time for me to spend with Emperor Wilson and with Nick, and just have a nice time as a family. So great to still be here for the next 30 minutes or so, and then we will be signing off for now. Can't believe it. End of an era. I think I've been streaming now for, what, 2 years, 2.5 years, something along those lines. But yeah, we are calling it for now. No, not now, but like in 30 minutes time. Let's see, Johanna also mentioning that, meaning that villagers working on one field then get another task on the field across the village. Yeah. So you think it would be better to have all the farms on one side rather than having it split between 2 sides of the river? Makes sense that it could be a bit of a problem having it just on the one side. I don't know. But yeah, Hans, you're saying sad to hear, but a solid choice. Hope Nick as well. Yeah, she's doing very well. She and Wilson are currently in the room, just chilling a bit. So yeah, no, she's doing very, very well, running around, active as always. And Memphis, no. Memphis is trying to steal Cinnamon's food while I'm chatting. Haha, thinking you can get away with that while I'm distracted. Not today, little one, not today. So yeah, no, Nick is doing very, very well. And yeah, Wilson, oh, he is such a happy chappy. A very happy chappy indeed. The happiest baby I've ever seen in my life. Like, not that I've seen lots and lots and lots of babies, but yeah, he's certainly the happiest. And it's just absolutely marvelous. Alright, so, let's see. Can we find any animals over here? What have we got? We've got donkeys? Oh, horses! So, yeah, these horses that we do see here, this one's a little bit more out in the open. They are very, very similar to Przalski's horse. Przalski's, I think is actually how you pronounce it. But Przalski's horse wouldn't have those zebroid stripes, or those zebra-like stripes on the legs there. That you do still see in some of the wild donkeys, as mentioned before. The Somali wild ass or the African wild ass, they have still got those, or they have got those stripes. But these ones, they wouldn't have it. Well, Przalski's horse wouldn't have it. These little guys, oh, I would have loved to see some of the horses that were around. Like we did encounter some horses in Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey, like back in the day. And those were, I think, Mesohippus, if I'm not mistaken. One of the North American ones. But these ones, I guess, would be closer to the Przalski's horse than anything else. Absolutely stunning. Very often occurring in herds. When you look at today, you look at horses or feral horses, the Mustangs of North America. You look at Przalski's horse, you look at the zebras. All of those occur in herds, so they are very, very social animals. There may be some loosey-goosey structure there, and they may move from one herd to another, but overall, very, very social animals. Let's see, the splitting of farm types might help quite a bit without rearranging the town. Okay, so I guess you mean like having the flax on the one side and then having the cereals on the others, or the ones that are planted one season over here and the other ones planted in other seasons over here, I assume. That could work. That could be a very good solution there. Then I see Johanna also mentioning in Czech you call them, and I'm going to probably butcher that, but I'm going to pronounce that Kyn Przewalski. Kyn Przewalski. So yeah, in English it would be similar to what I said. Oh, that's good. Good to know. And Prague Zoo helped with their repopulation and reintegration into the wild. That is absolutely marvelous. Yeah, it's one of those success stories of animals. I think they went extinct in the wild completely, if I'm not mistaken, and surviving in zoos, and then, you know, have captive breeding programs with them, and then when you can, rehabilitate them or release them back into the wild, reintroduce them, that's the word, reintroduce them into the wild. And there have been surprisingly quite a few species of animals that humans have brought back from extinction through zoos and other captive breeding programs. I'm thinking, for example, the California or the Andean condor, either Andean or Californian condor, one of those big condors. We're looking at black-footed ferret. They also went extinct in the wild and were reintroduced in some areas. And then I believe quite a few New Zealand birds also. They've had them in captivity and then released them into predator-free enclosures or areas where there are no rats, no cats, no ferrets, no nothing, no mammalian species that can actually, or predators that can eat them. So yeah, either completely extinct or really close to it. Yeah, so lovely that the Prague Zoo could actually have helped with that. That is absolutely awesome. Okay, let's see, Hans, you say, funny ecology fact of the day. Apparently camels originated in North America. What a fascinating creature. Yes, so if you look at the camelids, their origin, yes, North America, and then they would have moved across the sea strait to Asia. And then also, when the Isthmus of Panama formed, when South and North America collided, during the Great American Biotic Interchange, they were one of those groups that made the journey over from North America down to South America. And there they survived, and they did very well. I mean, all the llamas, alpacas, guanacos, all those are camelids. They're camels, just kind of in miniature with, yeah, little fluffier coats, I guess. And then they went extinct in North America. And the camelids only survived in South America, and then the Bactrian and Dromedary camel in Asia. So yeah, it's they originated there and then just like, okay, we're going to go everywhere else now. Well, I say everywhere else, but they never reached Africa and they never went to Australasia either. So, and come to think of it, I don't know whether they even reached Europe. They may have, but I don't think they did. I think they kind of are confined to Eastern Asia and South America in the end. Yeah, interesting. So yeah, never realized that llamas were related. Yeah, indeed, makes total sense. I mean, they both spit. As far as I recall, camels can also spit at you if they feel threatened. And sure, I'm not sure if any of you guys have ridden on the back of a camel. Those things are massive. Like, when I was much younger, I rode a camel, and we had in the town I grew up in, Oudtshoorn, we had like there was a little bit of a little rest stop type place, a little shop, and you could buy food there. And they had a petting zoo, and they had camels, or still have camels, and you could ride them. And my word, you sit on the back, and then they stand up, and it feels like you're the height of a horse already, and you think, okay, this is it. This isn't too bad. And then you realize you're halfway, and then they stand up for the second stretch, and you're like, whoa, this is surprisingly tall. Like, yeah. You can, on a clear day, if you've got an open area, you can see next Thursday coming along on the back of a camel. They're big. They're very big. So, yeah. Ah, there we go. Metal alloy. We have, I guess, we made a whole bunch of metal. I guess that's our milestone there. Cool. Okay, so another milestone unlocked. Interesting. Obtain 1 unit of bronze. Oh, we made bronze? Yay, look at that. So I guess that was here at the pit furnace that we made bronze. Indeed. Okay, cool. We had everything. We didn't even mine any tin. We barely made any charcoal. We've been buying most of the things there, but we made bronze. We are officially in the Bronze Age, I guess. That's awesome. Okay, we've got 2 units of bronze actually already. Absolutely awesome. Lol, on a clear day you can see next Thursday coming from the back of a camel. Yes, like in the Karoo where I grew up, it's many of those areas are extremely flat. So yeah, I often joked and say you could, on a clear day, say you could see next Thursday coming along. I think it's actually paraphrasing Terry Pratchett, if I'm not mistaken. I read I think it's in the Ramtop Mountains, they say that you can see so far that you can see next Wednesday or Tuesday or something along those lines. We also say that if someone steals your dog, you can, or if your dog runs away, you can watch him leave you for the next month because it's just open. It's just open. Let's see. Also, unique adaptations you say regarding the camels to hot environments, like a chest plate that keeps them from touching hot ground when laying down. Also, the knee pads, as far as I recall. So they've got the chest plate. Yes, there's a bit of a keratinization, I think it is, actually, on the chest. That it's like this hard... Yeah, it's like a... I'm saying an ulcer, but it's not an ulcer. It's like callus tissue that prevents the more sensitive parts from touching the hot sand. I think they also have it on the knees, I guess. That's where they also would have it. And then, of course, those extremely long eyelashes, which keeps out the sand, so it prevents them from being blinded in sandstorms, which is just an amazing adaptation. The feet also splaying out quite far, allowing them to spread out their weight over a larger surface area, preventing them from actually sinking into the sand, which basically is like snowshoes, but for deserts. So sand shoes, I guess. That also an amazing adaptation. And then just that hump storing so much fat that they can, carry on moving around without getting food to eat necessarily. So even if there is no food, they can just truck along, no worries, they'll survive. So camels are absolutely amazing creatures. Weird, but amazing. It's amazing how often weird and amazing are just like, yeah, they can be both at the same time. Like me, I sometimes think I'm very strange, and I tend to think I'm a little bit amazing, at least. So, Johan, you mentioned that I think there was Arab general in the 7th century during early Muslim expansion that used camels as walking water sources to get from Mesopotamia area to Syria through desert in a few days. So I wonder, did they drink the blood, or did they have vessels of water on them? Like, I would imagine them having vessels of water on top of them. Not exactly nice for the camels, but the fact that they can store so much water in them was exploited at least once in warfare. I think it may have been... Yeah, they don't really store water though. They do store fat in that hump. That hump is completely fatty tissue. Although I guess drinking the blood and drinking some of the liquids in the rest of the body would be counted to water, because blood is mostly water, so yeah. But yeah, indeed, Hans, I do agree, they are uniquely adapted to every environment they settled in. And surprisingly, today, the most camels you will ever find in any country is Australia, because there they are feral. There are, I think, millions of them running around, at least quite a few thousand. They are quite a big problem, because in the outback area they can just like survive in that desert-like environment, and they decimate the landscape. They're eating so many plants, trampling it all to hell, and there's just like nothing, no predator that can take down a camel. So they have to resort to actually shooting them and then package the meat and eat the meat. You know, that's the one fun thing about some exotics, is you can actually eat some of them, which is that's nice. Not nice for the camels, obviously, but it's nice for people that want to eat camel. So yeah. So let's see. Force the camels to drink a lot and then slaughter them on the way to replenish water for soldiers. Interesting. Oh yeah. Food is food and water is water, I guess. And if you're in the desert, it doesn't really matter. Those are good things to eat then. Let's have a look here. Where are we? We are heading into fall. The workload is very low. Okay, so come on, let's chop down some trees. But I don't think the workload is going to be low for very long. I suspect the workload is now going to pick up again. Nonetheless, let's chop down some trees, shall we? Open up a little bit of an area here. We only have 3 logs available. And there we go. Now, what is the workload now? 58% still. Come on. 60. There we go. Finding something to do. I think the moment fall rolls around, autumn comes around, then yeah, we're going to have a very high workload again. Okay, interesting. So from the Kings and Generals video, I'll have to look that one up. I haven't watched that video yet. Definitely need to watch that one. I like the Kings and Generals video or channel. That's quite a fun one to also watch. I haven't had time to actually watch that in a while, but it is a lot of fun to watch. And then Hans is saying they even have uniquely shaped red blood cells as well. They can absorb enough water that it would kill any other mammal. Oh, which makes sense because, you know, drinking too much water results in hyponatremia, which means too little salt dissolved there. So that's a problem. I think that can result in blood cells and stuff rupturing, which is obviously not great at all. So that's bad. And that would make sense that they would then have a way to actually compensate for that. But speaking of blood cells, so when looking at, and this is now completely off topic, but you know, nothing is really off topic in ecology. If you look at some West African human populations, there's an exceptionally high occurrence of sickle cell anemia, which is a genetic disorder that results, or maybe not genetic, but it's technically a disease that your blood cells aren't normal round shape, they are sickle shaped. And then with that, the malaria parasite, the protozoan, can't really infect your blood cells. So in essence, people with sickle cell anemia are basically immune to, or very resistant to malaria. But it's also not great because, you know, sickle cell anemia is still sickle cell anemia, which results in, I think, oxygen shortage, because with a sickle shape, they can't carry oxygen. The red blood cells don't carry oxygen as well as normal shaped red blood cells would. So there is that problem. But, you know, you're resistant to malaria. And obviously, if you're looking at evolutionary speaking, that is an advantage. A disease that could wipe out your population, you are now resistant to, which is why you have, oh, and I think we've got more people. Oh, we are at capacity. Okay, we are at capacity. Okay, which is fine. I was just like, why is this red or orange in color? Okay, there we go. Anyway, so with sickle cell anemia, you're resistant to that disease. So there's this benefit to having it, but there's also the cost that you have a shorter lifespan. But it is obviously beneficial to the population overall to be resistant to malaria. So there's a higher occurrence of sickle cell anemia in those populations where malaria is a very regular occurrence than in other parts of the world, which I just think it's amazing. Yeah. It's strange, amazing, and kind of sad also. Let's see, Johan, you're mentioning that you'll try and find it for Discord. Oh yes, please put it on the Discord channel. I would love to watch that one. I love history. History is such a fascinating topic as well. And yeah, ecology often also includes a bit of history as well, mainly if you're looking at things like plate tectonics and the movement of the plates across the earth and how the plates come into contact with one another and animals move across there. But more recent history with human expansion, human civilizations, also just always fun to learn a bit more about that as well. Like, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about Stone Age life. I know a bit, but if we're looking at where most of the research has been done, it's been mostly done in the Northern Hemisphere. Very little research has been done on what happened in South Africa, for example, at this time in the Earth's history. There are a few sites. Here where I am, there are, I think, 4 or 5 caves where humans were present during the Ice Age, where it was quite a bit colder. Not as cold as it was in the Northern Hemisphere, but I think it was about 4 or 5 degrees colder on average here where we are in the southern part of South Africa than it is now. So that was enough for some of the mountains to permanently have snow on them. So I think it'd be more like the Alps, I guess. Maybe not quite, maybe a little bit colder, but yeah, basically like the Alps. And they've looked at what was the vegetation like back at that point in time. What did the people eat? Because in those caves you can find the middens, you can find, like, if you're close to the coast, you can find like shells in layers, indicating that at this point they were eating a lot of these shellfish. Then there was a period where they did a bit more hunting. Maybe that was a time when the sea levels were further away. So the sea levels were lower. So there was a vast expanse of grassland that was present in the southern part here. We had the Agulhas Plain, which was a large, flat area with lots of grasses, more savanna type of ecosystem, lots of animals there, and obviously the humans then hunting them. But we had periods of higher sea levels where those areas were completely flooded, and then the coast was right there where the caves were, or some of the caves at least were. And you can find this shift in diet as the sea levels rose and fell, and people adapted accordingly. But what I find amazing, though, is that especially in the Swartberg Mountains, which means black mountains, Swart being black and Berg being mountains, or Berg being mountains. So Swartberg Mountains, they found that the hyraxes, the dassies as we call them in Afrikaans, they look like rodents or hares, but they're more closely related to elephants. Very strange animals. They have these middens, and they also pee in a specific spot, kind of, and they eventually form this big mound of pee. And because the pee is very rich in salt and like very concentrated, and so they form this mound of it. Almost looks like a stalagmite, but of pee. Yeah. Anyway, so stalagpee, I guess. Then, if you look in there, because it is so sticky, it's extremely sticky, pollen gets stuck on that. And over the years, it forms these layers, very similar to a tree rings. And if you drill into that, you can actually find the pollen grains stuck in each layer. And if you go back, you can see what was it like 1,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. What was the vegetation like then, based on the pollen that was present in each of these little layers. And it's just amazing. You can see that back in the day, there actually used to be quite a few more certain trees that were present in that landscape that are long gone. We don't find them there at all anymore, but they were present at one point in the past. They were like cave bears, not cave bears from North America or from Europe, but bears in those caves as well, or in the area, which is, yeah, lots and lots of interesting research now again happening in some of those caves, which is, yeah, interesting. I see, Hans, you say that you got malaria in Cambodia. Looks at anemia favorably. Just kidding. Yeah, so sickle cell anemia. Has to be sickle cell anemia. A normal anemia wouldn't help you, but sickle cell anemia, that could be beneficial for that. But then again, you know, I'd like to live longer than 32 years. Otherwise, I would be dead already. Yeah, so, or possibly dead already. But yeah, the malaria, I haven't had malaria, touch wood, yet. My grandmother had malaria, I think, 3 times. And she and her husband were doing missionary work in Zimbabwe for many, many years. My mother was born in Zimbabwe, for example. So they were there for many, many years, and she got it quite a bit. And at one point, the doctor also said, listen, if you get malaria again, you are probably going to die. So they moved out of Zimbabwe, moved to an area far away from malaria, so she didn't get it once more, or again. So yeah, malaria, from what I've heard, from what I've seen, not fun at all. And I'm very, very, very thankful I have not had it. So yeah, Hans, I don't know what you went through, but I know it was probably bad, because malaria is not a fun thing at all to get. I don't want to buy bread here. Let's see. Tin I can buy as well. Now I just need to sell some stuff. So let's see. What can I sell? What can I sell to the broken sailor? What can I sell to the broken sailor? I can sell some of that. Almost sold tin. I don't want to sell tin. What have I got? Oh wow, I've got more male cattle than female cattle. Well now. Oh, okay. It's a bit too much. You know what, that's fine. 1 bull for a bunch of ore. Yeah, I can work with that. I can definitely work with that. Oh, I see you also say you also got dengue from from mosquitoes. I remember you mentioned that you got dengue fever. Wasn't that from Thailand? I think it was. I remember it was also when you were in the east there. And yeah, dengue. Oh, you know, malaria, dengue. Isn't Zika virus also mosquito? Oh, mosquitoes, yeah, vectors of many, many diseases. So, yeah, malaria was a big problem when Panama Canal was built. Practically led to local war on mosquitoes. Yes, wait, where is the war on mosquitoes also still raging? I think it is raging in... Oh, I recently learnt about it. I think it is in some of those areas, some of those islands in the Caribbean. It's not Cuba. And some of those areas, what's happening is they're releasing sterile males, I think, that then mates with the females, and then the female can't lay eggs. Something. I think it's with that. Not sure. But yeah, they are trying to, in many areas, actually get certain mosquitoes, and it's the Anopheles mosquitoes. Those are the evil ones. I say evil. They're not evil. They're just doing what mosquitoes do. They're trying to get rid of those particular vectors because the Plasmodium, yeah, there we go. The protozoan Plasmodium needs Anopheles mosquitoes. At least in South Africa, that's the carrier, the genus that carries malaria and all those lovely diseases. Yeah, those ones, they need those who actually carry it across. Although, I do know that dengue fever and yellow fever are carried by other mosquitoes. So malaria is covered by, or carried, anyway, that's the word I was looking for, is carried by Anopheles mosquitoes, at least in Africa. And then you've got the those tiger mosquitoes that we have in Grounded 1 and are probably coming to Grounded 2 as well. We had those ones carry some of the other diseases, which is, yeah. We actually have that species here, and I've seen it in our garden as well, but here where we are, we don't actually have the disease. So we've got the vector, we've got the carrier of the disease, but we don't have the parasite that causes the disease. We've got it in other parts of South Africa, but not here where I am. So all I know is that the mosquitoes that transmit those ones, the tiger mosquitoes, those big black and white ones, vividly marked, we call them forest mosquitoes or bos mosquito, meaning forest mosquitoes. They occur in other areas than forests as well, but I've often seen them in the forest. Yo, their bites are painful. Not fun at all. Not fun at all to be bitten by those ones. But yeah. Anyway, let's see. It was quite a trip. Malaria and dengue. Oh no, you had it in quite quick succession, it seems. Malaria and dengue was a strapping 205 pounds when he left and returned 155. Looked like a skeleton, my word. 50 pounds lost due to the diseases there. Sheesh. Yeah, now that does not sound lovely at all. Cart is no longer usable. Okay, thank you for that. Let me actually just then make another cart, I guess. There we go. Should have the resources to make this. We need 4 logs. We've got 23 logs. We are fine in terms of logs. Marvelous. Oh, you know what? We can actually build another platform over here. Build a wooden platform. There we go. People can climb up and shoot at the enemies that are attacking us. Okay, let's see. What was I thinking? I can't remember what I was thinking. Yeah, There we go. Okay, but I also see we are about at 8 o'clock. So I guess it is time for me to end today's stream. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining for one last hurrah as we are running around here in Dawn of Man. And I'll be back again on Tuesday and then Friday again with some more Grounded 2 videos. And in the meantime, if you want to join the Discord channel, you are welcome to do that as well. The link is in the description of the channel under the About section, I think it is, or at the bottom of each of the latest videos. I've also put the link there, so welcome to come and join us there. And until next time, everybody, stay safe. And thank you once again for joining us on our last little adventure here. It's been an absolute pleasure. And stay safe